feel like we got a lot of pent up depression inside. And when you don't communicate, I feel like you're wasting my time. I don't want to argue with you, just wanna spend some time with you. If I come on too harsh to you, I might want you to put me in my place.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Target Talk. As always, we are your hosts. I'm Justin, and I got Mike.
What up?
And we are here with a special guest, the talented Chaynler Joie.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming by.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yes.
And the song that was just played is, it's called Put Me in My Place. It will be releasing very soon.
Very soon.
And we are definitely excited. We love it.
Really? Y'all
Yeah.
like the song?
Oh yeah, I could have let that go the whole song. If we weren't doing the intro, I could have let that go.
What do you guys like about it? What was y'all's experience when y'all listened to it the first time?
Oh, you hitting us with hard questions.
Right.
As soon as the pod.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, am
No,
I
no.
the interviewer or not?
No,
My
it's
bad.
no, it's great.
I'm just curious.
I would say, honestly, like the vibe. It is like it's like a really chill vibe. And that's
Okay.
probably, and the vocals, of course.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, the vocals. I think like the run that you do on the hook stood out to me at first. You know. I mean the production on there is great. Just, this is all good.
Well,
Honestly.
thanks. I'm really excited about that track. Yes.
Well, we are excited as well. We're just going to go ahead and jump in. For anyone who's just getting to know you,
Okay.
how would you describe yourself as an artist?
How would I describe myself as an artist? Well, I feel like the Chaynler Joie artistry encompasses a sultry soul, R&B, nostalgic with modern influence, very vulnerable songwriting, very honest songwriting, and deep lyrics. That's what I would say.
I think as a listener, I feel like, obviously it's your music, you would know best, but I feel like you captured that perfectly.
I did.
That was a great description.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was like, I
Like-
hope I'm describing
Nah,
because
like-
it's always difficult to describe yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not in the outside looking in. I'm just me. So I don't know how I'm perceived, outside looking in, but that was just my best interpretation of what I think,
Yeah.
people receive from my music and artistry.
Yeah, I feel like you hit the nail on the head with that one,
Okay.
honestly. Yeah,
Great.
yeah, that was a really great description.
Absolutely. When did you first realize that music was the path that you wanted to take?
I would say when I was 4.
Okay.
Yeah, very early on. I didn't want to be like cliche and be like when I was born, but like as soon as I was, I guess, coherent enough or cognizant enough to know and understand what I was into, that's when I knew that I was very passionate about it. But it's definitely something that is innate for me. Like just a little backstory. When my mom was 8 months pregnant with me, my mom is a singer. She, back in the 80s, she opened up for like Shirley Caesar, and she was doing that very professionally. And she was working on her album. And at 8 months pregnant, the doctors ordered her, to be on bed rest and chill out. But she was in the studio till like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
With me in there. So it's just kind of embedded in me.
Right.
Just innately. But I would say when I was 4 is when I was like, oh, this is a gift that I'm really tied to. And I think I want to do this for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Okay.
And just growing up in a musical family as well. Of course, with my mom being a singer.
Did the album drop that she was working on while she was
It
pregnant
did
with you?
drop.
Okay.
It did drop.
Okay.
Yes, I still have those tapes. They're in like literal cassettes, and we still have them.
Okay.
She's a great songwriter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you get it from?
Yes. That's definitely where I get it from. And like the older I get, I realize like our vocal inflections are very similar. I didn't really hear it when I was younger, but now as I'm maturing, a lot of people that were fans of my mom's music back then, they listen to me now and they're like, oh my gosh, you sound just like your mom. You know, especially homie lover friend. That's one where a lot of people have told me, you sound like your mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I need to hear some of your mom's music.
Yes, you should.
She on Apple or Spotify?
No, it's just the cassettes. I keep telling her, I'm like, Mom, we need to convert this to MP3s, but she doesn't know what I'm talking about when I say that.
You're going to have to walk her through it.
I am. I'm like, we have to convert these.
Yeah. So at 4, were you singing at 4? Were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The first time that I picked up on harmonization was when I was 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My mom tells this story all the time, but we were in the car and some song came up on the radio and I started harmonizing to it in the back. Mind you, at 4, I don't understand the concept of harmonization and music theory and stuff like that. I'm just singing what I'm hearing. And so she looks back and she's like, did you just do the soprano to the part? She's like, what is happening here? Yeah. So, I don't know. I just had a natural knack for it.
That's cool. So when your mom realized that, did she...
Oh, she
like,
went full
okay.
momager.
Yeah.
She went full momager. You know, I was raised in a really small town, and so I was involved in all the talent shows and dance competitions. I dropped my first demo tape at 10 years old.
Wow.
Selling it out of my mom's car.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom was secretary. My mom was secretary at the middle school that I went to, and so she orchestrated a whole like concert at my middle school for me to like promote my demo tape at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Full momager for sure.
Do you feel like, I mean, obviously it had an impact. Do you feel like that was a positive impact in like where you are now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
At the time, it was a lot at the time because it's just like, okay, I'm from a small town, kind of like a crab out of a bucket type situation. So I did deal with like, you know what I'm saying? Like people trying to bully me, but I'm like, people can't bully me. Like don't play on my top.
Yeah.
But I did deal with like a lot of like, you know, in middle school, you're dealing with like bullying and people just kind of being spiteful and stuff like that. So at the time, I used to be like, Mom, I don't want to do this. People are mean to me and blah, blah, blah. So at the time, it was like, I don't want to do this. But that definitely geared me for, you know, an industry as brutal as, you know, music. You know what I'm saying? So now I look back and I'm like, I'm glad that she, you know, made me push through when I was like not wanting that much attention because of like the bullying that came with it. She was just like, no, you can't let that stop you from pushing this demo tape out or keep you from singing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So in addition to your mom, we also need like the 10-year-old Chaynler on DSPs too.
We do.
Yeah.
We need to go ahead and get that converted as well.
Because those weren't cassettes; those were CDs.
Oh, that's even better. You
Those
know,
were CDs.
we one step closer to MP3.
Yep. It was a studio that my mom used to work out of. The exact same studio where she was pregnant with me is where I recorded the demo, and she produced it, wrote the song. It was like 3 songs that she wrote and produced.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, nowadays in this time, has your mom wrote a song for you or like helped you with any of your writing?
She hasn't.
Okay.
She hasn't. But we do need to collab.
Y'all should.
She does have vocals on one of my unreleased tracks.
Okay.
But she's like talking. It's not like her singing. She's like doing some talking, spoken word,
yeah.
exactly, type stuff. But I do need to get her on some vocals. We do need to do that. I've also wanted to like recreate her old songs, like do a version of those songs.
That would be fire.
That would be.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Well, you mentioned that you're from a small town, Springhill, Louisiana. That
Yes.
is.
Okay.
We did our research.
Okay.
do
We
our
got
research.
you. We got you. So, what was the journey like from there to Dallas, and how did that move influence the artist that you become today?
Yeah. Okay. So like we were talking about earlier before we started filming, I was born in Wichita, Kansas,
Okay.
but I don't have a lot of experience there because I moved when I was 2. Moved to Springhill, Louisiana, very small town, and like I said, you know, when you are like, and by small town I mean like population 5,000 people, like one McDonald's, one Walmart, one high school, a few churches, and that's it. So when you're someone who I guess is unique, you know, you get scrutinized. You know what I'm saying? So the upbringing in Spring Hill, like I said, it wasn't necessarily rough, but it also wasn't the best, if that makes sense. Like in certain areas, as far as like family and small town living, it was great, but just the soil there wasn't fertile enough for me to, you know, grow and bloom in the way, you know, that I would want to in my artistry. And so from there, when I was 16, I moved to a bigger town called Shreveport, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to Cattle Magnet High School of Performing Arts. So there, you know, I was able to plant myself in more fertile ground, you know. And then 3 months after I graduated from the Performing Arts School, I just moved to LA. Like, fresh from graduating, like 18, I just knew that I wanted to move to LA. Mm-hmm. I knew at 16 that I wanted to move to LA. So I made that move, and I went to this school called the American Musical and Dramatic Academy. I went there for a couple of years. But I had to find myself because that school was more so like musical theater-y, which I have a passion for musical theater. That is a part of my journey, you know, being in high school or going to the performing arts school and being in the plays and winning the talent show and stuff like that. So musical theater is definitely a part of what has shaped me as an artist, but it's not my full artistry. It's just a very small part. So I wasn't feeling there, and I came across this academy called the Musicians Institute in Hollywood, and it's the College of Contemporary Music, and they have an independent artist program there. So that's where I learned songwriting, music theory, production, like working with Logic, you know, like everything that just encompasses being an independent artist. And from there, because it was smack in the middle of Hollywood, so from there, they used to like hold these private auditions, but like confidential. And so from there, that's how I got my start in the industry as a professional background vocalist. Zayn from One Direction, he was doing his little solo departure from One Direction, and they had a audition at the school. And so I got the job doing that, and that just led to other background gigs. Because once you're in the circle, like, you're getting calls pretty frequently. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so that led to just different gigs with different artists. Zayn, Kanye West, Donna Richard, Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics, her, Lil Baby, Kirk Franklin. Like, it just led to, those opportunities.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you practically just took one of our topics.
Oh, I did?
But no, that's good. But working with like these artists, I mean, you sang at the BET Awards with Kirk Franklin. You know, you've been in Kanye Sunday Service and all that, and you've done the Tiny Desk with Don.
Yes.
So, what were those experiences like for you?
They were very fun. Very fun. I mean, it's always in the moment, like invigorating and exciting. And it is, like, in a sense, a lot of pressure, you know, because you do have to be on your A game. Like, they're not just hiring anybody.
Right.
They're like, so there's work that has to be done, and there's levels of professionalism, and there's levels of songwriting and theory, and just having a good ear that you know, it takes work. So although I guess stressful in the sense of like hard work, to me it's fun. It doesn't feel like work.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when you're doing what you love, it doesn't feel like work. It's just a cool, fun experience and cool stuff to add to my resume.
Yeah.
You know?
That's cool. That's real cool.
Yeah.
Especially like, what's that Tiny Desk experience like?
That was probably one of the more stressful ones because it was like, because they shoot in DC, right? And it was, I think it was like a red eye that we just didn't have a lot of sleep. Basically, is what the travel arrangements weren't conducive to just feeling rested. So it was like we got there the same day of the shoot and left the same day of the shoot.
Oh, wow.
And that happens, you know, in this industry where it's just a quick flight, you know, and then it's different time zones. You know, we're coming from West Coast to East Coast, so it's just
Dealing with jet lag and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
yeah. But I mean, it was fun. But honestly, I was just kind of a zombie. We were all just kind of zombies. Yeah.
Is that like pun intended? 'Cause,
I
did
know,
y'all-
right? We did do zombies. Look at that.
Hold
We were zombies.
Hold on.
In
Is
all
that some bars
aspects.
you spitting right now?
I think I did. I think I did.
So you've worn a lot of hats in your career so far, like singing and acting. Do you
Yeah.
have a favorite?
Singing for sure. Music definitely takes the, like music to me is like my lifeline, and my, you know, it's in my blood. Whereas acting is more so like a hobby,
Right.
you know, that I could make into a career. That is fun, you know, and that does require, you know, a level of skill, you know, that I like to hone in on. But I could survive without it. Whereas music, I can't even fathom life
Right.
without.
I mean, you were born into it. Like,
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, literally. Like, one of my biggest fears is a situation where, like, I lose my voice, or, like, a situation like Doc. What's the old dude's name? What's the old dude? DOC.
Oh, DLC. Yeah.
Whoops. DOC.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I'm like, I don't, if that were to happen to me, I would be so sad.
Yeah. It won't. I mean,
It won't.
yeah,
It won't.
We
It
ain't gonna
won't.
put that in there.
Yeah,
No,
we're not-
no.
But, like, if something were to happen, I guess, where I couldn't sing anymore, yeah, I would be a sad puppy.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
Nah,
Whereas if something happened to where I couldn't act anymore, I'd make it.
you'd be all right.
Yeah, I'd be okay. Yeah.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about your new song that we played at the beginning.
Let's talk
Put Me in
about
My Place. It drops
Yeah.
February 6th.
Yes.
What's the story behind this song?
So, Put Me in My Place, I wrote that around, well, no, I got the beat for it in December of 2023. And around maybe like February of 2024 is when I started to write to it. And I actually didn't record it until September of 2024. But yeah, Put Me in My Place speaks from the lens of a feisty woman who loves when a man can put her in her place and bring out her submissive, vulnerable side, you know. And also, like, simply put, I mean, we're grown here. It is, you know, it does speak about makeup sex and just that intense and carnal desire to resolve conflict and tension through intimacy. You know, and I think all couples, you know, can just kind of speak to that energy. You know what I'm saying? Where, okay, there's some tension, there's some conflict. Let's just resolve this in the bedroom instead of arguing and bickering, you know? And like I said, just speaking from the lens of a woman, we enjoy when a man can put us in our place, you know, when necessary. Yeah.
Right.
So that's the backstory behind Put Me in My Place.
Okay. What's your songwriting process like?
My songwriting process. So I definitely start with the melody first.
Okay.
I start with the melody first. Most of the time, it's like 50-50. Like sometimes it'll be a beat that's already made and it's sent to me, or sometimes I'll like compose or hear the beat just from scratch. So that varies. But 99% of the time, it starts with melody for me. And then from there, it's like, okay, what is not only the melodic approach, but a lot of the times melody can dictate the feelings that are invoked. You know, like such as the key of A invokes a different feeling than the key of C. It's a science, you know, with all of that. So from the melody, it's like, okay, what do I feel with this? Like, is this giving sexy? Is this giving deep? Is this giving, you know, vulnerable? Is this giving playful? You know, and then from there are the lyrics. So melody, feeling / emotion, and then lyric. Yeah.
Okay. You got it down pat.
Oh yeah.
I think that's my formula.
Well, what was that moment in this track where just like everything clicked, especially with it being a process from like when you got the beat to when you started writing to when you recorded it? When was the moment where you're like, wow,
I'm cooking right here.
yeah,
That's the one.
I think when I wrote the hook,
okay,
the put me in my place, yeah, yeah. That part, I was like, oh, shit, okay. Okay. And it's so funny because that's everybody's favorite part. And it didn't start off like that. Like, I know exactly what I was doing. I was in my garage downstairs just exercising, and I just had the beat. And the place line was shorter. It was like, put me in my place. And then I was just, I don't know, just kind of freestyling, and I held it out, and I was like, wait, I need to implement holding it out longer. And I don't know why that's when it clicked for me, like, okay, this is a vibe. And when it really clicked for me was when I was in the studio with Luke, who did the vocal engineering for the song. He's amazing. But yeah, just hearing it back, that's when it really clicked for me. Like, okay, this is like a banger. Like, it's all coming together, you know? Because I've been in sessions where, you know, I had a great idea, but maybe the engineer wasn't, you know, getting the right mix, or maybe it was just the energy wasn't. It's all these different factors, but everything just came together, like, literally perfectly. And then Track Savage, who produced the Put Me in My Place beat, like, he's amazing. So I'm like, I think us three, I think we're the dream team.
Was this y'all's first time working together on those? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Track Savage, he sent me a few beats before, and this is going to be first of many of our collaborations, but the Put Me in My Place beat, like, instantly intrigued me. Like, I instantly was like, oh, yeah, I'm doing something with this. And like I said, I got that in December of 2023. So I sat with it for a while, you know, but I knew the story, though. I knew that it was going to be like a story about resolving tension with intimacy, you know, just from, like, for instance, I feel, yes, I created a story over this layer, the beat, but I feel that same energy, if you were to strip my vocals, I feel like you would still receive that type of energy just from the instrumental. It would give off a sexy vibe, you know, so he supplied that layer and I just built from it, but I knew instantly it was going to be about makeup sex, you know?
Yeah. That's a relatable topic for sure.
Yeah. I feel like everybody, because every couple argues, every couple goes through things, every couple. And then next thing you know, y'all have made wonderful love and everything is back copacetic.
Yeah, we best friends again.
We're best friends.
Good vibes for sure.
Exactly. So it's something that, you know, we can all just relate to, you know, and for me, I like to be tasteful, you know, if I am talking about something as adult and mature as, you know, sexuality or intimacy, I like to do it in a very tasteful, classy way, you know? So, like I said, I think just the beat that he supplied gave me the space to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, awesome. Yeah, like we said, the song comes out February 6th.
February 6th, everyone.
So we're excited.
But y'all can pre-save it now. But this is coming out the day before, huh?
I mean, they can still pre-save it.
Pre-save it.
It ain't too late.
It ain't too late. But you've got a single release party coming on February 15th. What can we expect from that?
So there is this organization called Blacklist Network. It's also a conglomerate of different things, but Blacklist Network, as well as Post Park, they have this beautiful venue in downtown Dallas. So it'll be there. And I'm still like nailing down the details. It's probably going to be like a 7 to 10 type of situation, or maybe a 9 to 12. We're still playing it by ear, but it's going to be February 15th. And yeah, that's just going to give everyone an opportunity to network. I just want it to be a group of creatives of all mediums, you know, just gathering. There's going to be food, drinks. It's also BYOB. And we're just going to have a good time. I'm going to have a good DJ. I might even do a live set. Who knows? We're still just getting the vibes together. But February 15th, and soon I'll announce, like, I'll post like a flyer and everything with all the details.
Okay.
But are y'all going to come is the question.
We're going to try to pull up. We're
going to do our best to
y'all
get
gotta
there.
try to pull up. I would love to have y'all.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the timing between like the single release and this is like perfect timing
Yes.
for your song, you know.
No, it really is.
About intimacy around Valentine's
Oh, yeah, around
Day,
Valentine.
you know?
You're right. I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was
even
all
think about
calculated.
that.
That's like perfect time.
Wow.
That's for
But
the
it
lovers
is.
right there. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I wasn't even cognizant of that because my artistry right now is just in a lover girl era.
Okay.
My lover girl era. It started with my release fall of last year with Homie Lover Friend. And so now it's a continuation of the lover girl era. So yeah, it is perfect for Valentine's.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up Homie Lover Friend because you got that.
Okay.
You got this song, Put Me in My
Yes.
Place. Are we gearing up for a project?
We are gearing up for a project.
A lover girl type project?
We are.
Okay.
And the project is actually called Lovers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be like a 12-track album
Okay.
situation, yeah.
Got a date in mind? You don't have to say it, but you got a release time in mind?
No,
No?
I don't.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't yet.
Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
But just like Put Me in My Place, I ran Homie Lover Friend to the ground.
He
You
did.
did, really?
Yes. Like, I mean, it's on a rotation playlist, but
I love that.
but not yet. Yeah, you as far as this wave you're on right now, you 2 for 2.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
2 for 2.
Agreed.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to Homie Lover Friend, go.
Y'all
You can listen
should.
to that right now.
Y'all should
Oh,
listen to
yeah.
it. Yeah, MSA and I were actually just looking at like the stats and everything, and within the last couple of months, there's been like an increase of plays on that song.
Okay.
Like, it's just been popping the last month or two. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like I went from at the beginning of last year, I think I had like 200 monthly listeners. I think I'm at like 4,000 now.
Oh, wow.
Above 4,000.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Well deserved.
Thank
sure.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
on that.
much.
Yeah.
So that really just kicked me in the gear of like consistency. And that's why I was, talking about y'all as far as like being influential with consistency. Because with whatever creative medium, a lot of the times the key is consistency, And so that's why I'm just really just in this era of dropping music, especially seeing that increase from 200 monthly listeners to 4,000. I'm like, I just got to keep going.
Yeah.
I just got to keep, of course, it's got to be quality what I release.
Yeah.
But if I'm just continuing to do quality work, then, it's just going to naturally increase.
Yeah, the people gonna come to it.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like with Homie Lover Friend and of course Put Me in My Place, like that has us like on our seats for what you have next. So I'm sure your other listeners are keeping that mindset. So that it's kind of exciting.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that in the same way that y'all are like, y'all are excited when people, hit y'all up to be on y'all's platform or, it's the same. I'm like, I love hearing just people being excited about my music. Yeah. It's a blessing.
Absolutely. Speaking of your songs, what was it like when you found out Issa had you on her? Issa Rae. Sorry. Issa Rae.
That was a whole surprise.
Yeah.
I didn't know. But I think I was at work, too, is the thing. And I was, just casually going through my notifications, and I'm like, Issa Radio. Because it's RAEDIO after Issa Rae. So it was radio tagged you in a post. Like, what the radio baby? I'm looking, I'm like, what? So they had my song that I dropped in 2018 in one of their playlists. And I was like, I didn't even have any words. Because, I as someone who, dabbles in music and acting, Issa Rae is very influential, just as how she just groups all these different creative mediums and just the multifacetedness. Is that a word?
It can be.
Yeah, it's going to be in this.
We'll let it rock.
Yeah,
Right. Just a fellow Black woman who's multifaceted, you know what I'm saying? Just acknowledging another Black woman who is multifaceted and providing me, that platform. I was definitely grateful and super surprised. So then I had to do my research and find out, okay, what music supervisor, because of course that's the whole umbrella, but I'm like, okay, who did this? And I believe, forgive me, but I believe it was this guy named Daniel. But I tracked down the person who actually put my music in there, and I thanked him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's a real big honor because Issa, her music taste is just
solid.
Just as good as her
That's
for
what I'm saying.
film and TV.
She has great music taste, so to even just be considered for that was amazing.
Yeah. You seen One of Them Days? Have you seen that yet?
No.
The SZA.
Oh, no, but I should go.
You should check it out. It's good.
It's funny?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you
I'm
should check
going to
it
have
out.
to check it out.
SZA did a good job acting, too, for her
Okay.
first role. Yeah.
Right on. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah. Next, we need a Chaynler song on one of Issa's soundtracks,
It's
on
gonna
a
happen.
show or a movie.
It's going to happen.
I think it'll fit perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
We got to remember this moment, January 29th at whatever time it is.
Bookmark it. 8/17.
Yes, at 8/17.
Speaking
you
into
spoke
existence.
something,
Yeah, absolutely.
and who knows, a year from now, maybe even less, you're going to be like, at
Okay.
8/17, I said this. Oh, and
Okay.
behold, it happened.
We'll clip it.
I'm
Gotcha.
gonna
Yes.
put me in my place in the scene. I'm like, I called it.
You called it.
Oh man. So who are some of your musical influences?
Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
Marvin Gaye is an influence. And also just the era of the late 70s to mid 80s of the Emotions and Gap Band. What else? Stevie Wonder. But of course, I'm being a 90s baby. I was also influenced by the neo soul movement. The Jill Scott, the Erykah Badu, the Lauryn Hill. But also my influence can even go back to just really early, the Ray Charles and John Coltrane, just different. But I was also heavily influenced by the pop era, NSYNC and Christina Aguilera's first album. That's for singers, that's a Bible in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's kind of all over the place,
All
if
over
I'm
the
being honest. But then I really like the more abstract music like Bjork or Kimbra, Yeah, it's kind of all over the place.
All over the
I'm not
place.
even gonna hold you. Also, another big influence in how I got my start: gospel music.
Oh,
Getting my
yeah.
start in the church.
Yeah.
You know, and even if you hear me sing and hear like my choice and riffs, you'll hear that gospel influence every now and then. It definitely slips out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like I love R&B, but I feel like growing up singing in the church is missing in the current landscape of R&B.
You know, I actually agree
Yeah.
because there's something there when you get your start singing in the church.
Yeah.
Is versus someone who didn't. You are definitely able to tell a difference. Not necessarily that it's good versus bad. It's
Yeah.
just a difference.
It's missing.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
just something different. Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I definitely get that.
That might be why I'm like super drawn to your music right now too. 'Cause, like,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, that gospel influence is in there. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's the first time I sang. That's the first time I sang in front of people. Like, you know, my mom was definitely, she still is super involved in the church. So I was that kid that was at church Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Spent
definitely
a
a
lot of
big
time.
influence.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Well, here's some questions that are a little just like, how would you describe them? More laid back. Like nothing serious, non-serious
Okay, yeah.
questions, I
Cool,
guess.
cool.
More fun questions, I guess.
Let's get to it.
If you had to make a playlist for a road trip, what are 3 songs that have to be on there?
I don't know why Justin Timberlake's Justified album is coming to mind right now,
Okay.
but maybe a song from there, like Cry Me a River. Dang, what else? No, that's a good question. I'm not gonna lie. I will also play a song from the Clark Sisters.
Okay.
I will play a song with that. And then we gotta have some hip hop in there.
Yeah.
We gotta have some hip hop in there.
You gotta turn up a little bit.
Yeah, we do gotta turn up a little bit. And it's a road trip. Honestly, sorry hip hop, but I think I would go like, cause we're thinking road trip. So I would want something like lo-fi-ish. So I would go with like Mind Design.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's a cool little road
It's
trip playlist.
yeah, it's
It's-
a lot going on.
It's a good balance. I mean,
Oh,
you got a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah.
So you went to Justified though.
I did.
Okay. I don't know if
I
that's
feel like that's his best album.
we were just talking about 2020
real?
experience.
That's a good album too.
That's like I don't know if he has one better than that. I love Justified.
Yeah.
I love like the rejected Michael Jackson songs on there. They're for real.
Exactly.
but I don't know. Him and Timbaland got in a deep bag on that 2020
Yeah.
experience album.
I hear you. I can't even argue it. But just me personally,
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe it's because it's that was like one of my first gifts. Maybe
Okay.
it's just more of like a nostalgic, sentimental,
Yeah.
piece of art for me. But the songs in there was bussin'. Like you said, the rejected Michael Jackson
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if they were meant for Michael,
Yeah.
they're bussin'.
And he did his thing. He did the
He
songs
did.
justice. Yeah.
He really
Oh,
did.
yeah.
But then I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'll put Future Sex Love Sounds over it too.
Ooh.
Because that album.
Nah,
That
that is
was-
a good album.
And I listened to that album like later on.
Yeah.
When it came out, I heard Sexy Back and I was like, I'm not listening to that.
Yeah,
But, like,
it did kind of throw you off
I
at
grew
first.
to
Yeah.
appreciate it. That album is like phenomenal.
That is a good album. Dang, you're right. Like I said, I think Justified is just more like tugs at my heart.
Yeah.
But if we're like looking at it from like a musical standpoint, like non-biased, I can't argue.
Yeah.
with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With what
Justified
you're
holds a special place in my heart too because Pharrell's Neptunes, they're my favorite producers ever.
saying.
So like I'll still go there to listen to the Neptunes beats, But,
Yep, exactly.
but I don't know. When I hear Push a Love Girl on 2020 Experience,
Yeah.
I'm like, nothing's touching this right now.
And I like Strawberry Bubble.
Yeah.
Would you be my blueberry lolly? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about to go listen to that right now. I thought I put the album down, but I'm gonna listen to it again.
What is something that you're into right now, whether it's like a TV show, a book, or a new hobby that people wouldn't expect you to be into?
That people wouldn't expect me to be into. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
Are you just super locked in on the music, or?
I am super locked in the music, to be honest. But there's shows that I like that maybe people might be like, huh? Like, for instance, like, I kind of have an obsession with The Sopranos.
Okay.
Like, I've seen all 6 seasons at least like 5 times. Like, every episode I've seen at least 5 times.
Wow.
Each episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's surprising or not.
That's a little surprising.
That's a little surprising.
Okay. Yeah, that's like my favorite show, like, ever. I feel like it's the best show in the world, but I know it's a lot of different shows that have been, since then. But I just feel like nothing can top The Sopranos.
Have you watched The Sopranos?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched The Sopranos.
Really?
So I haven't watched.
Like,
There's
it's been a
lot of
minute. Like, I'll be for real. But
There's honestly a lot of stuff I haven't watched, but
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you ask him, hey man, have you seen this? No.
I'm kind of like that, too.
yeah,
Oh,
like that too.
you just watch The Sopranos and
Yeah,
that's it,
I
right?
just do
Anything
that
else?
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to check it out though. I mean, I've heard nothing but good stuff about it, but need to check
it's all right.
It's all right.
No, I'm saying like it's all right for him. No, what?
Okay, sorry.
Hey, you don't gotta charge
She-
me
she was
up.
about
My
to get
bad. I feel some type of way.
Yeah, I can tell.
Okay. Next question.
Okay.
Moving on. I don't want to get charged up.
No, you're not gonna.
What's a day in the life of Chaynler Joie when you're not on stage or in the studio?
That's so funny you would ask that, because today I had on my to-do list to make a day in the life vlog.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, let me make sure that I document just small segments of my life today. So that's a great question that I'm able to like readily tell you. So if it's just I love slow mornings. I'm not really a get up and, So a day in the life would entail me getting up around 8, 9. First thing I'm going to do, pray, devotion, meditation, probably spend like 20 minutes doing that. And then I'm going to get up, do a little skincare. Then I'm going to make some tea. Okay? Tea, we got to do the tea.
Okay.
The day is not complete without tea.
Any preference on the tea? What kind of tea?
No preference. This morning I had dandelion root tea, but herbal teas.
Okay.
So just some type of herbal tea. And then from there I'm going to journal. Then I'm going to work out. You said no music included in this day?
I mean, when you're not doing music, there's music every day.
Right, exactly. Work out. Family is a big part of my life, so call my mom, call my dad, call my sisters, make sure they're doing good. Probably do some type of studying too. Like, I like to, I know this entails music, but I like to like put my hands on my keyboards at least like once a day, even if it's just like 5 minutes, So I want to make sure I just exercise that muscle. Might go on a walk. I love nature. So go on a walk, just feel the sun. It's boring.
Oh,
But laid back.
I'm very much laid back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, there might be days where I have like stuff to do, or like I go out to a concert, or like go out to eat, or whatever. But if I'm just to myself, it's definitely gonna be a laid back day. Oh, gonna watch an episode of Sopranos.
Okay.
You feel me?
I got you.
And yeah, like I said, I'm a homebody. I'm boring. So yeah, it's nothing exciting.
Nah, that's cool though.
Yeah.
You play the keys? You play a little
I
piano?
do.
Okay. You play any other instruments?
A little bit of guitar, but like on a very basic level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good that you play every day as well, or you try to.
I try to.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even just lie and say that I do it every day, but I
Yeah.
really do try to.
That's good though.
Yeah.
I used to know how to play piano, but I completely forgot.
For real?
Yeah, because I mean, I guess
You
I should
stop
have
practicing?
been. I should have been playing every day, but
No, that's why it's important because it's like stuff like the keyboard. It's not like riding a bike where once you know how to ride a bike, you know how to ride a bike. It's
Yeah.
like if you don't exercise the muscle, you'll be like, wait a minute, like
Yeah.
it's just, you'll get all discombobulated.
yeah, that's how I am now.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it. I mean, I think I can play. I have one song I can play in the tuck, but other than that,
Yeah.
that's it. I can't.
Like even if I go a week without playing, which happens, like I feel like I got to start all the way from scratch.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
that's good though. Keep working that muscle for sure.
So tea, you're not a coffee person. You don't like coffee,
No. Well, I will indulge in
Oh, okay.
coffee every once in a while,
right?
but definitely tea over coffee.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
He's a big coffee guy. That's
I
all
like
he has.
coffee.
Okay.
I'm
Are
a
you
coffee
like
guy.
a coffee like snob?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I have my preferences, but I'm not really that picky.
Okay. Got you.
But I drink coffee every day.
Every day.
It's like your tea. It's like when I wake up, when I'm
Yes.
getting ready for work, like I got the Keurig going.
Okay. You got it already going. Do you have a preference on like the type of coffee? Are you like a black coffee type of guy? Or do you
No,
like
I'm
creamer?
gonna be straight up. I like the creamer.
Nice.
I like the flavor in there.
Yeah.
Black coffee, there's no flavor.
Right. I don't know how people do it.
You like light skin coffee. That's how it's
Exactly.
called
Yeah.
to be looking.
Yes. That's for real.
yeah.
That's
Listen,
how mine looks too.
listen. I am not gonna lie. That's the way I like my coffee.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear you. I hear you. I'm the exact same way if I do have coffee. And like if I have coffee, like it's probably gonna be like a frappuccino
Oh,
type
yeah.
thing, like kind of dessert style
Oh, yeah.
coffee.
Milkshake, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Listen, Dutch Bros. They got right now. They got like cereal, like a cereal blended drink. They have like
Right.
a cinnamon toast one and one with marshmallows. I haven't tried the marshmallow one, but that's a nice little treat if
Yeah.
you ever looking for something like that.
I feel like anything cinnamon,
Oh yeah.
like anything cinnamon, like cinnamon toast crunch, anything cinnamon is just busting to me.
Yeah.
What about hot cinnamon, like hot tamales,
Oh, like the candy?
like the candy?
I mean, I'll
Or
eat it.
Big red gum?
Yeah, I'll eat
yeah,
it.
big red.
Yeah, my mom used to get that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom, when I was younger, not so much anymore, but you know how the ladies in the church will have like the church candy? For my mom, it was hot tamales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So growing up in the church, sneaking in my mom's purse, getting some of her hot tamales.
That's always
So-
like the worst choice of candies.
It do be the most worst
Yeah.
types of candies.
Like, when did you get these hot tamales?
Right.
Or it's like those watermelon, like the wrapping
Oh,
with
I
the
like the
watermelon.
watermelon.
Oh, you like
ones.
those?
Yeah, I like those. But yeah, or like butterscotch candies.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so it's random candy.
Or a cough drop.
Yeah, and it's like, why can't y'all get like some gummy bears or normal candy?
Yeah, some Starburst or something.
Something,
Yeah.
Skittles.
Well, they got the white lifesavers. Just
Yes.
The mint. Like, this is not candy.
Yes.
My breath smell alright, but this is not
Not
candy.
candy.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, one last question.
Okay.
What's something that you've had to unlearn or kind of like let go of in order to grow as an artist?
Very recently, other people's input.
Okay.
Other people's input. I definitely come from humble backgrounds, and just a part of my belief is seeking wise counsel because I don't know everything, and there is a balance that you have to find with that, and more so specifically, this past year, I really learned that yes, I can receive all the opinions and input and advice, whether solicited or unsolicited. But at the end of the day, what do I want? What do I feel is best for me? What do I feel aligns with, the path that God has for me? And that might not match what other people's opinions of me,
Right.
or what other people think that I should be doing, or who other people think I should be associating with, or whatever the case. That was a really big lesson for me, like just getting back to myself. Like, yes, you can seek wise counsel, and, you know, biblically speaking, it advocates for us to do that, but there has to be a balance of like being true to yourself, you know, and that's innately, like naturally who I am, but I just kind of strayed away from that, where I was just kind of prioritizing or just overly concerned, not even prioritizing, but just overly concerned with what other people think of me or how I'm perceived or what other people think I should be doing. And it's like, no, because I'm living this life. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on borrowed time. You know, I'm not going to be here the same amount of time that you're going to be here and vice versa. So the only person that is going to live my life is me, you know, and I will receive whatever input and advice. It's kind of like a give or take thing. It's like, okay, take what works and leave what doesn't. Where I was just kind of taking everything and just being pulled in different directions. And, you know, so I really just had to hone in on like, okay, let's center into what Chaynler feels is best, you know? And then another thing, and then I'm going to be done with the answer. Discipline.
Okay.
Discipline. Yeah, that's my answer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to expand on the discipline, but that's all you had to say.
Yeah, I mean, I could, but I think it's just simply put, like,
Self-explanatory.
discipline. Yeah. Because, I mean, even just what I've accomplished, you know, in the past, you know, it goes back to now, and even just the past. Like, again, you know, the Kanyes and the Lil Babies and the Kirk Franklin, they're not going to just be hiring people that aren't disciplined. You know, so that's always just kind of been something. Because discipline requires, okay, you're showing up to rehearsals early. You're doing all that you can to take care of your voice so that you can, you know, sing properly. Or, you know, learning, as far as acting, learning this script in a certain amount of time. All that requires discipline. You know what I'm saying? So that's been a huge aspect of just my artistry, you know, that I'm just honing in on even more, you know, especially as an independent artist when you gotta wear a lot of different hats. It requires discipline.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good answers right there.
Well, thanks.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's very important. I mean, just as a creator, I mean,
Y'all gotta have discipline
Yeah,
for y'all
sure
to
do.
come here every single Thursday,
Yeah.
every
Oh,
week.
yeah, every
Yeah.
week.
That's a level of discipline that I don't even know if I have to do something every week.
well, once you get in the swing of it, but
Yeah,
Kudos
it's
to
like
y'all.
We
it's like
appreciate it.
now it's just kind of just it is.
It's organic,
It's just
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
see you Thursday, bro.
Yeah.
I
You
get
know, but-
that. But I'm sure, like, for instance, you know, that first year, it wasn't as consistent, and y'all took a little break. Y'all
Yeah.
came back and just implemented 10 times more discipline. So now, because it's like a threshold. It's
Right.
like, you know, at first, there's this scripture that I love, Hebrews 12:11, that talks about how discipline is painful at first. It's uncomfortable. But once you cross that threshold where it's just your nature, it's, you know, like you said, y'all don't feel like y'all are coming to work, you know.
right.
You know?
Exactly.
So discipline, it's I don't like it right now. But I'm going to get to the other side of it where I'm like, I'm so glad that I implemented this discipline.
it's gonna be worth it.
Exactly.
For sure.
And then next thing you know, you're going to be watching something on Issa Rae, and you're going to hear Put Me in My Place in the background. And you're going to be like, that all requires discipline.
That's right.
It all requires discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8:37. 20 minutes after you stamped it the first time. We're
Okay.
stamping it
We're
again.
stamping it
Double
again.
There you
down.
go. Double down.
Double
Yes.
down on it.
We are doubling down. Well, I'm excited to see y'all Wednesday nominees for
Thank you.
Best
you.
Podcast,
Thank
Dallas
you, thank
Entertainment Awards. I'm proud of y'all.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
And likewise with the new song coming.
Thank you.
Listen, you know we excited for us.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
we gonna run them streams up once it drops. But
Thank you. Well, thanks for having me, y'all.
Of course.
thanks for coming through. Why don't you tell the people where to find you, your socials and everything?
You can find me at Chaynler Joie, my name. So it spells CH. Can they see that?
They can.
Yeah, they can.
yes.
They can.
Okay,
That's it.
look at the screen.
You know?
And that's all my social media, all of that. And then my website is my name and just flow at the end, ChaynlerJoyFlow.com. But everything is at Chaynler Joie. Same with Apple Music, all the music platforms, Chaynler Joie. YouTube, Chaynler Joie. It's my government name.
Yeah. And put me on my place, dropping
February 6th.
February 6th.
Yeah, next Thursday.
All right.
Every DSP possible.
Every DSP possible.
Run it up.
Get into it.
Stream. Buy it on Apple.
That's right.
You know.
Yes,
Right.
support your independent artists, stream our stuff, buy our stuff, all the things. February 15th, if you're in Dallas, come through to the release party. And yeah.
Well, cool.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We had a great time.
Hey, thank y'all.